I'm going to show you a way to make enchiladas, well, chicken cheese enchiladas that are somewhat calorie friendly, very high protein. I guess you would say it doesn't lose its original taste. We're still using tortillas, we're still using all the ingredients that are in an enchilada, but we're making it a little different. We're actually going to turn it into a casserole. And it's a one serving casserole. Well, at least for me it is. Let's get started. So we're gonna be using Guerrero 25 calorie tortillas. We'll be using 10 of these tortillas. Now, if you want less calories, you can always do less tortillas. You can do no tortillas at all. But enchiladas do involve tortillas. So there's that. I'll be using chicken tenders. I like to stay anywhere between 7 to 8 ounces of chicken for this one meal. And when it comes to cheese, to keep it low calorie, the best one we can use is the Mozzarella part skim, low moisture shredded cheese. If you use any others, they might be pretty high in calorie. This one here is 80 calories per serving, and it gives you 7 grams of protein. I originally seasoned my chicken, majority of all my chicken, with Pollo asado. But I was completely out, went to the grocery store, they did not have it, so I am a little stuck with carne asada. This seasoning is actually really good. I'm gonna try it on the chicken for the first time. We'll see how that turns out, but normally I use pollo asado for seasoning. Las Palmas, the green salsa. I am all about green salsa. I am not a fan of the red, sorry guys, but this is the one that I like to use. I do have the oven set at 420, but before we put anything in the oven, we do have to cook the chicken first. I have the water boiling. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with weighing my chicken. And like I said, I like to use anywhere between 7 to 8 ounces. With 2 tenders, it looks about 7.3 ounces. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. Put it in the pot to boil. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and measure my cheese. You can use any container, just make sure it's zeroed out and in grams. Now I'm gonna use 112 grams of the cheese, which should kind of equal to 1 cup if you wanna go ahead and use a cup. All right, chicken is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and start shredding my chicken. There you go. Quick and easy way to shred your chicken. So while the chicken was cooking, I went ahead and started heating up my tortillas on the stove, and that is almost ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and start seasoning the chicken on a pan. Go ahead and use your cooking spray. No oil in this to keep the calories down. Now the chicken doesn't have to be in here for too long. It's already cooked. This is just for seasoning and a little bit of warming up, and that's it. And again, like I mentioned earlier, I'm out of the pollo asado, which is what I would normally season my chicken with. The only thing I have right now is the carne asada. That's how much I use to season the chicken. Go ahead and zero this out, and this is gonna be for the sauce. So now we're not using the whole can of sauce, but it comes in handy to already put it in a Tupperware, and then once you're done using it, just put it in the fridge. So this will give us an idea of how much is in here. So this here is 533 grams. I have everything ready to go to start preparing my enchilada casserole. I have my chicken that has been seasoned already. I have it here in the pot. My tortillas have been heated up, and I have my cheese that's already been weighted. And I have my green salsa on top of the scale, which remember we had 533 grams. And as we dip each tortilla, the number will change. So let's get started. Enchiladas can be very messy. And as you all know, if you ever made enchiladas before, that's normal. So you layer with 2 tortillas at the bottom. Add some chicken. You can layer as much as you want, as little as you want. It's all up to you and your liking. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the cheese on top of that. Another 2 tortillas. A layer of the chicken. Layer of the cheese. You know what? I don't even think we're gonna need 10 tortillas. I actually ended up using 8. I still have 2 more left. I don't really need them. It looks very well layered. And I mean, it just kind of depends on how you like it layered. I have this leftover cheese that I'm gonna go ahead and set on top. and I'm gonna cover it up with some aluminum foil and put it in the oven for about 20 minutes. Now that we have the sauce here, it looks like we used 222 grams of the sauce. We're gonna divide that by the 60. Right. Let's see how this turned out. Looks so cheesy. You can definitely eat this alone if this is enough. For me, it's enough. But you can definitely have some rice on the side, some beans on the side, top it off with some green or more salsa if you like, some spicy salsa. I sometimes like to put plain non-fat Greek yogurt on top rather than crema or sour cream because it tastes exactly the same and it just gives you a little bit more protein compared to sour cream or crema, which has 0 protein in it. So let's try this out. So hot, but it's so good. And I think that carne asada seasoning might be the way to go. It actually gives it a little kick, a little spice. So I kind of like it. This whole thing right here, 812 calories with 87 grams of protein. That's pretty good. Let me know what you think.